Welcome to the Paths to Prosperity video series, presented by SEDA for the Saskatchewan Investment Readiness Initiative. Resilience and readiness. What's the connection? It is a symbiotic relationship. Understanding the relationship between community resilience and investment readiness is crucial for community leaders, policymakers, investors, and development practitioners. As communities worldwide face increasing challenges from climate change, economic volatility, and social transformation, their ability to withstand shocks while maintaining functionality has become a critical factor in attracting sustained investment. Community resilience creates the stable, adaptive, and collaborative environment that investors seek for long-term value creation. The relationship is reciprocal. Resilient communities attract investment, while strategic investment enhances community resilience. This dynamic creates sustainable development patterns that benefit both communities and investors, particularly as climate change and social challenges make resilience increasingly valuable in investment decision-making. The most successful communities approach resilience not as a separate initiative, but as an integrated dimension of economic development, infrastructure planning, and social programming. Community resilience and investment readiness are fundamentally interconnected, with resilient communities attracting more diverse investment opportunities while creating conditions that support sustainable economic development. Communities that demonstrate strong adaptive capacity, social cohesion, and infrastructure stability present lower investment risks and higher potential returns across multiple sectors. Defining community resilience. Community resilience refers to the sustained ability of a community to utilize available resources to respond to, withstand, and recover from adverse situations while maintaining essential functions. It encompasses far more than disaster preparedness. It represents a community's overall capacity to adapt, evolve, and thrive despite changing circumstances and challenges. Adaptive capacity. The ability to adjust to changing conditions, learn from experiences, and implement modifications that improve future outcomes. This includes flexibility in governance structures, diversified economic activities, and innovative problem-solving approaches. Social capital. The networks, norms, and trust that facilitate cooperation within communities. Strong social cohesion enables effective communication, resource sharing, and collective action during both normal and times of crises. Institutional capacity. The effectiveness of governance systems, including leadership quality, regulatory frameworks, and coordination mechanisms between public, private, and nonprofit sectors that enable prompt and appropriate responses. Infrastructure resilience. The robustness of physical systems and structures that support community function, including transportation networks, utilities, communications systems, and public facilities designed to withstand stresses. Key indicators of community resilience include economic diversity, measured by the variety of industries and business sizes, social inclusion metrics, including equality indicators and participation rates, infrastructure redundancy, multiple systems serving critical functions, and governance effectiveness, response times to challenges, and transparency measures. Communities with high resilience typically demonstrate lower recovery times after disruptions, maintain stable or growing populations even during challenges, and show consistent improvements in quality of life measures over time. When assessing resilience, it's essential to recognize that communities exist within larger systems. Regional interdependencies, national policies, and global trends all influence local resilience capacities. The most resilient communities actively monitor these external factors, while developing local strengths, creating a multi-layered approach to handling both anticipated challenges and unforeseen disruptions. Risk mitigation, the investor's perspective. When evaluating potential investment locations, sophisticated investors conduct comprehensive risk assessments that increasingly incorporate community resilience factors. These assessments have evolved beyond traditional financial metrics to include a range of resilience indicators that directly impact investment security and return potential. From an investor's perspective, community resilience directly addresses several critical risk categories. Business continuity risks are substantially reduced in communities with redundant infrastructure systems, clear emergency protocols, and effective communication networks that maintain operations during disruptions. Market risks decrease in communities with diverse economic bases that can absorb sector-specific downturns without catastrophic local impacts. Regulatory risks are mitigated through transparent, consistent governance structures that maintain policy stability even during leadership transitions. Resource risks are addressed through sustainable resource management practices that ensure long-term availability of critical inputs for business operations. Reputational risks diminish as investors align with communities demonstrating social responsibility and environmental stewardship, increasingly important factors for stakeholder relations. Insurance markets are one indicator of how resilience can affect investment decisions. Communities with higher resilience ratings typically may qualify for more favorable insurance terms, reducing operating costs for businesses. Highly resilient communities have potential for insurance premium reductions as compared to similar operations in vulnerable locations, a significant factor in long-term profitability calculations. Investor due diligence processes now often incorporate resilience metrics alongside traditional financial analysis. Investment committees increasingly require assessment of community emergency response capabilities, infrastructure redundancy, social cohesion measures, and adaptive governance capacity before approving significant capital commitments, particularly for long-term investments like manufacturing facilities, corporate headquarters, or major real estate developments. The building blocks. The foundation of an investment-ready, resilient community rests on three interconnected pillars: robust infrastructure systems, strong social capital networks, and effective governance structures. These elements work synergistically to create environments where businesses can operate with confidence and investments can generate sustainable returns. Infrastructure as the physical foundation. Investment-ready infrastructure goes beyond basic functionality to incorporate redundancy, adaptability, and forward compatibility. Critical systems must maintain operations during disruptions while efficiently serving daily needs. Key infrastructure components that signal investment readiness include multimodal transportation networks that provide reliable mobility even when individual components face disruption. Diversified energy systems with distributed generation capabilities that reduce vulnerability to centralized failures. Redundant communication networks that maintain connectivity during emergencies. Adaptive water management systems designed for both current needs and climate change scenarios. Digital infrastructure with cybersecurity protocols that protect critical data and operations. Resilient communities invest in robust infrastructure systems that reduce operational risks for businesses and investors. This infrastructure reliability lowers maintenance costs, ensures business continuity, and provides the foundation necessary for long-term investment viability. Investors view infrastructure resilience as a key indicator of investment security. Social capital as the human connection. Social cohesion reduces political risks, streamlines development processes, and creates supportive environments for business growth. Social capital includes relationships, networks, and norms that enable collective action within communities. Investment-ready communities demonstrate high social capital through active civic organizations that bridge demographic and economic divides, public-private partnerships that leverage complementary capabilities, knowledge networks connecting educational institutions with industry, inclusive decision-making processes that incorporate diverse perspectives, strong mutual aid systems that provide community support during crises. Governance as the coordinating mechanism. Fiscal responsibility. Sustainable financial management practices, including appropriate reserves, diverse revenue streams, and strategic debt management, signals governance stability that supports long-term investment horizons. Transparent decision-making. Investment-ready communities maintain clear, accessible processes for policy development and implementation. Transparency reduces regulatory uncertainty, a primary concern for investors, and builds trust in governance systems. Adaptive planning. Forward-looking governance systems use scenario planning, regular policy reviews, and flexible implementation strategies to navigate changing conditions while maintaining strategic direction. The integration of these building blocks creates environments where business continuity is protected, operational risks are minimized, and long-term planning is possible. Communities that strategically develop these elements not only enhance their resilience, but significantly improve their competitive position in attracting and retaining investment capital. Community resilience often correlates with economic diversification across multiple industries and employment sectors. This diversity reduces dependence on single economic drivers, creating more stable local markets that attract investors seeking predictable returns. Diversified economies demonstrate greater capacity to weather sector-specific downturns and maintain consumer spending power. Enhancing resilience. Communities seeking to leverage the relationship between resilience and investment attraction can implement strategic approaches that address both dimensions simultaneously. Conduct an integrated resilience and investment readiness assessment. Begin with a comprehensive evaluation of current resilience capacities and investment attractiveness factors. Use the 3 pillars provided in the previous section while incorporating local context. This baseline assessment should identify both strengths to leverage and gaps to address, with particular attention to the resilience factors most relevant to target investment sectors. Develop a multi-stakeholder resilience strategy with investment focus. Create a resilience strategy that explicitly connects resilience-building activities to investment readiness outcomes. A comprehensive economic development strategy, KEDS, should engage government agencies, business leaders, community organizations, and residents in a collaborative planning process. Establish clear metrics, timelines, and responsibilities while ensuring the strategy addresses the complete resilience spectrum from infrastructure to social capital. Implement high-visibility demonstration projects. Select and implement high-impact projects that simultaneously enhance resilience and demonstrate investment readiness. These might include infrastructure improvements with co-benefits, like green stormwater systems that create amenities, workforce resilience programs aligned with target industry needs, or technology deployments that both improve emergency response and support business operations. Create resilience-focused investment promotion materials. Develop targeted communications that clearly articulate the community's resilience advantages to potential investors. These should translate resilience metrics into business terms showing how community capabilities reduce operational risks, ensure business continuity, and protect long-term investments. By fostering investment readiness, communities and regions can create a more dynamic, resilient, and prosperous environment for the socio-economic benefit of all residents. To find out more about the Saskatchewan Economic Development Alliance, please visit our website at SEDA.ca for information on membership, services, and our partners.